From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, December 21st. It is the first day of winter. Officially, it starts later tonight. But speaking of winter, it is not feeling like it at all. We're having a nice warm-up today, starting in the 30s, but we're going to get up to the mid-50s. No sunshine, though. Lots of clouds.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
This morning, we have a view of the future of downtown Indianapolis through a massive makeover of Circle Center Mall. We also know more about the money that's coming together to make it happen. Daybreak's Brittany Noble is on the story and explains how developers are getting some help with an interest-free loan from the state.
Look, now we have a better idea of how the money will be spent. We're talking $600 million to redevelop the mall and the area around it. Take a look. The old indoor mall model that we know of, it's out. President and CEO of Hendricks Commercial Properties, Rob Gerbitz, hopes to build an open-air mall with mixed use of shopping, restaurants, bars, and apartments. He promises some of the housing will be for low-income families. Construction on the project is not expected to have a major impact on the current flow of businesses downtown.
We think there's at minimum 4 phases to this, and there could be upwards of 6 or 8, depending on how things work themselves out. The goal is always don't disrupt it at all. But sometimes cranes aren't particularly friendly to a lot of people walking around.
To make this project happen, the city of Indianapolis is giving the developer a $24 million no-interest loan through the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. City leaders may provide additional incentives, such as giving the developer the option to buy thousands of city-owned parking spaces and the land underneath the mall. Now, coming up in just a few minutes, Daybreak Scott will interview the former mayor of Indianapolis, Greg Ballard, about the impact that this project will surely have here in the Circle City. I'm Brittany Noble reporting for Wish TV. WishTV.com. Like us on Facebook.
Police say one man is dead and another is wounded after a double shooting at an apartment on the Far East Side. It happened at about 5:30 last night. IMPD says officers found both men on Brentwood Drive in a neighborhood near 42nd Street and Post Road. One man died at the scene. Police say the other is stable at the hospital. There have not been any arrests. Police in Danville are searching for a 4th suspect in a series of car break-ins. They say 3 people have already been arrested after the town was targeted 3 times this week. 2 17-year-olds and John Reed are now in custody for the thefts. Police say the break-ins happened in 4 different neighborhoods: Cedar Creek, Redwood, Settlers Run, and Whispering Woods. Law enforcement say the group typically strikes one neighborhood overnight looking for unlocked cars, then moves on.
Every agency probably sees this come in spurts. You'll have somebody get out and target a residential neighborhood, and then they may target a few neighborhoods.
Investigators tell us the teens in this case were out on bond from Marion County for having guns. Police say they are concerned about people traveling from Indianapolis into other counties to commit crimes. An employee at Cloverdale Community Schools is under arrest for child seduction. Investigators say 46-year-old Mandy Evans sent pictures and engaged in sexual communications with children in her care as a school employee. The investigation started back in March. Evans is held in the Putnam County Jail with no bond set. We are working to find out what her job with the district is or was. It's not clear when she will be in court. All 5 Indianapolis health systems are now reinstating visitor restrictions at local hospitals. The Marion County Health Department called for the measure in an effort to stop viruses from spreading throughout the city. That means no one under 18 is allowed inside a hospital as a guest. Plus, you can't visit a patient if you have a fever, cough, headache, muscle and joint pain, sore throat, or runny nose. Doctors at IU Health say this is standard practice during the winter.
This is something we've actually done for years when flu and RSV roll around. Of course, COVID's added a little bit of a wrinkle because it's just a third disease instead of the two we've dealt with every winter for decades.
The Marion County Health Department says restrictions will be similar at health facilities with Ascension St. Vincent, the Community Health Network, IU Health, Eskenazi, and Franciscan Health. Tide teammate now and concern about transparency that's growing in some local communities in regards to the proposed high-tech research park in Boone County. We're talking about the LEAP project, specifically about a recent meeting that did not include any city council members from Lafayette and West Lafayette or groups opposed to the state taking water from the Wabash River. Governor Eric Holcomb, 2 top lawmakers, and a select group of Tippecanoe County officials discussed water usage in that meeting. David Sanders is a member of the West Lafayette City Council and a member of the Stop the Water Steal group. He says he thinks the Indiana Finance Authority is expanding the study.
My impression is that they are expanding the scope of the study. I think, it's possible that the pressure that all these groups are placing on them are making them consider other sources of water for the project.
Organizers from the Stop the Water Steal recently held a letter writing and phone campaign directed to state leaders. In Your Vote 2024, reaction is building across the country to Colorado's ballot ban of former President Donald Trump. As we've reported, the Colorado Supreme Court ruled this week that Trump is not eligible to run for office under the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban, drawing response from across the political spectrum, including legal experts nationwide with opposing opinions. The decision that Trump can't be on the ballot in the state is paused for now. Trump is calling on the U.S. Supreme Court to decide the case. Other presidential candidates are speaking out against it.
I think it would cause a lot of anger in this country if people had the choice taken away from them.
Nikki Haley also spoke out, saying voters should have the right to choose their candidate. The Trump campaign says it is filing an appeal of the decision. We have yet to hear from the highest court. Check your gift cards. Experts warn that scams are impacting gift cards before you even buy them, and that it's especially bad right now. The Better Business Bureau says scam reports are up 50% over the last 2 years. The organization says criminals are getting creative and are tampering with cards and stealing barcodes in stores. Then people buy those cards. Experts say to check for stickers covering the barcode by running your finger over the back of the physical card before checking out in the store.
When you buy a gift card and you give that number and that PIN to somebody, that money's gone. So it's really important to know who you're giving it to and what they're going to use it for.
The BBB also says the stickers on gift cards may have a phony barcode, which then sends the card's amount to scammers once that card is activated. Indiana saw more people moving into the state than moving out. The Census Bureau says the trend of people moving from high-tax coastal states to low-tax states continues. The Midwest and South overall saw more people moving in. A court has ruled that artificial intelligence can't patent its own invention. The UK court says an inventor must be a person. Still, the judgment raised interesting policy questions about how governments might look to change laws in the future as AI advances. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and like us on Facebook.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.